Hello guys, I'm NerfBlaze24, and I haven't made a little video in a little while now. So to say I'm sorry for the absence, I'm going to show you guys how to make this. And the handle can still fold, which I don't want it to, but this is a single deploy, and it's pretty much your average deploy, only I've singled it. So it shoots a lot further, and I just absolutely love this gun, and you know, there's not much I can say about it just because it's pretty much a normal deploy, except I've completely taken out the clip system part and replaced it with the singled barrel, and that's pretty much it. It shoots really far. I just went to a Nerf war with it. It shoots really good. I'll just shoot it again. I'll shoot it again this time without covering the barrel. So I've taken out every internal except for those important, and yeah. So without further ado, I'm going to show you guys how to make this. Okay, so assuming that your gun is still stock, you're going to want to take off the grip here. Let's get out of the sun. The front grip, which you use to pull back on the blaster. Okay, so you can just take that right off, and you'll be left with that. And then what you want to do is there are two screws under the stock, I don't know, somewhere like around here, and then one is right here, so the other one's over here. What most people think is like you have to bend the stock in an awkward way, but no, you just close the stock. Then there's this nice little hole right here, which allows you to get down to that screw underneath the stock, and same as up here. So for the actual stock, there's a screw there, there, and there. So that's how you unscrew the actual stock, but then for the actual blaster, you have to get this screw there and there. So that's just an easier way to do it. So as you can see, the screw port's right there, and I didn't realize that, so I had to cut the shell. That was a mistake, so yeah. And you don't need to unscrew anything of the gray handle. You do need to get that screw though. And then you don't need to do anything for this part. Yeah, at least. So don't unscrew this or the handle, because you just don't need to unscrew that at all. But then every other screw on this gun you need to unscrew. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that and then get right back to you guys. Okay, so once you have the gun stuff unscrewed, you can just go ahead and pull the shell off. This is how it should come off, with the stock still attached, and you know, just a giant hole there. So you can go ahead and set that aside. And then this is what you want to get into. For what you want to do for this mod, you just want to rip every piece of internal you see out of this gun, pretty much, because you don't need like any of it. So I'm just gonna get that out, and then I already have this apart, but you're gonna want to take out all the screws for this now, so you can get to the internals of this, because you can't actually get the dart tube and stuff out without opening all this garbage. And yeah, like I said just now, it's garbage. You can just get rid of it. You don't need it at all. So yeah, you can just rip every piece of internal out of this gun. And then for the other shell here, all my screws are still in it, but there's a little yellow piece like on the other side of the shell right here that holds the screw that holds the stock on, like right here. And then this one should be visible. You want to take the stock off so that if you do make the stock non-collapsible anymore, like I'm gonna, you won't be able to reach these screw ports anymore. So I made it so the half of the stock that I just told you to unscrew from the main body can come off freely from the gun, so then you can get these two. So you pretty much take off the stock and then you take off the rest of the gun. So you can easily get here, because I had this piece of PVC here, but it didn't really work because I only electrical taped it in. But this time I'm going to glue it. So yeah. So I don't want this to collapse anymore. So, but this half of the stock is still attached to the gun. So yeah, I'm going to get all these internals out of the gun, and I'm going to show you how to do the mod. Okay, so once you have all the internals out, you want to get the main tube here, and you want to hold it up to the light so you can see inside it, and you can see where the air restrictors and stuff are for it. And they should be like way back here is where you want to cut it. I have a nice pair of pipe cutters, but I guess you could cut it with a Dremel or anything like that. You just want a clean cut, and then you want to take a piece of PVC that goes from, like, you know, all the way there. You want a good sized piece, because this is pretty much it. You want it to run through this to keep it online, so when it's all the way back, you want to make sure it stays in that piece. And I found out that the length I have it is like the perfect length, because it sits right flush with this. So you don't want it any shorter than mine. I don't have the exact measurement right now, but I'll put like an annotation thing up here that tells you exactly how long my piece is, so you guys can know. But and then what I just did, instead of like hot gluing it to this piece or anything, I simply electrical taped it to the main tube of the gun. All I did was electrical tape it. I electrical taped this piece of PVC to the yellow piece of tubing from the gun with a bunch of electrical tape to make sure that's airtight as possible, and you want it to be as straight as possible. But this is an absolute awesome seal. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better seal. With hot glue, it would have been too like fragile as well, because I'm sorry, I did this with hot glue, you see, and this is really fragile, but I cut it too short, so it had to go in the tube as well, in the plunger. So there wasn't much I can do there. But after that, I realized, hey, why not cut it further up? So I can put as much glue, or in this case, as much electrical tape as I want. And yeah, that is like an awesome system. It's completely airtight, because with most single guns, you have it plug into something, like in a single long shot or something. You have the handle that you make with the T piece. I completely forget names now, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And then that plugs into something where the dart is, so you can lose air through where they connect. With this, the dart goes directly end to end here, and the air just shoots directly through here. I mean, yes, there's a lot of dead space, but what are you going to do? But this thing gets awesome ranges because of that. There's absolutely nowhere air can leak out, because this is completely airtight. And then the dart's just at the end of this. So, this thing gets awesome ranges for a stock spring as well. I didn't do any spring upgrades. I'm sure with a spring upgrade it would be even better. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You just gotta wipe out every piece of internal you want. I mean, you don't need anything, except of course the trigger. The trigger's gonna have to go back. Sorry, I'm not filming on anything. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get that back in when I have two hands available. But yeah, that's pretty much all you got. And then what I'm gonna do, oops, sorry, is glue this piece of PVC in right here so the stock can't collapse anymore. I would recommend doing that, but that's just me. I don't see why you would want your stock to collapse anymore with this mod. But that's pretty much it. And then I'll try to glue your hand. I've tried gluing this handle in place so it won't fold, but I don't know, it's just not working out too well for me. I'm gonna have to figure something out. But that's pretty much it, guys. that's all the mod really consists of, to get awesome ranges out of a deploy, which I don't ever use, except for now, because it's getting awesome ranges. So, yeah. Oh, and one last thing. So my camera's not moving around uselessly. I'm going to film this in another video. Hang on. Okay, guys, so one last thing. Before you finish up the mod, you want to go on the other half of the gun, and I almost forgot this, but there should really be nothing in here except this little orange piece. This is where the plunger and stuff catches, and if you don't do what I'm about to tell you, it'll get caught here, so you can't prime it without pushing the barrel over this lip. So what I did, if my camera will focus, I don't think it's going to focus. Whatever. But I took 3 little pieces of plastic, glued one flush to the wall of the orange piece, glued one behind it sticking up a little more, and then glued another little piece so it's like an extend of the wall of the orange piece. I'm sorry that this is really fuzzy. My camera's not focusing. But so when the gun, the plunger, I'm sorry, goes over here, it doesn't go up past this wall, which is where it gets stuck. It just stays flush on that wall, and it allows you to keep pumping the gun. Without that, it just doesn't function well. You have to keep moving the plunger and stuff. So you want to make sure you add this. If you have any questions about that, just let me know in the comments and stuff. I'm sorry, I might put in some better pictures. That might help. So, and that's pretty much it. Then you guys can just put together your gun, and you have a new gun. And I'll film a conclusion of this coming up next. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that tutorial on how to make this. And yes, I did cut off the carrying handle and make it shorter. I think it makes aiming down sights a little more easy than looking through that tiny little peephole, or having to look like way up here for like the rail that was way up here. So I just chopped it off, moved it down, still put a scope on, makes things better. I redid the handle off camera, so that can't move, and then I redid the stock to make that more solid. So that's all very easy stuff to do. You guys can figure that out for yourself, because it would have been a waste of time if I had showed you, because it was so easy. If you guys did manage to make this, I hope you enjoy it. And if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments on how to build it. Just anything about this gun, about future videos, about anything. You can leave it down in the comments. And I'll see you guys later.